This is your weekly market update for the Greater Portland Maine area. These are closed sales in the last 7 days, median numbers. Days on market went up quite a bit this week to 18 days on market. The list to sale ratio still at 100%, and the sale price jumped to $540,000. Interest rates continue to tick down to 6.56%, and of course, your U.S. inflation still at 2.7%. This week, I want to stay a little bit more local in our discussion, starting off with Portland, Maine tax assessments. So they just wrapped up their most recent round of assessments, and the average increase was 43%. So obviously, if the assessment goes up, typically, eventually, the taxes go up if they haven't already. So in Portland, Maine, what does this mean for locals who have owned for a long time? Are we going to continue to see them pushed out of their homes because of affordability? It's a big question out there. Is this overall better for Portland? Did these assessments need to jump as much as they did? The other thing I want to talk about is really the challenge that Maine sellers are having with adjusting their expectations. So since before COVID, sellers really came to expect a ton of offers on their homes. They came to expect waived inspections. They came to expect prices going up 1 to 1.5% each month. And a lot of those things have shifted right now. When we get a house on the market, we do not see as many showings. We do not see as many offers. We often see inspections as a condition, and we often see negotiating happening. So the sellers who have not adjusted that expectation, you see houses sitting on the market, houses right now that are active are 76 days on the market median. And you see a lot more fall throughs because even if they accepted the price, when the buyer comes to negotiate, they're not ready to negotiate or be what might be reasonable to the buyer. So it is really important if you're listing your home right now that you adjust your expectations to what the current Maine market is. Two more things I want to chat about. The first one is the Fed Reserve is still expected to drop rates in September, 85% chance of that. And then the last one is the Case-Shiller Index. So remember, Case-Shiller looks at homes that are sold since the last year. And this past month, they dropped again. So that's 4 months in a row that the Case-Shiller has been eking down. So year over year right now, the homes have only appreciated 1.9%, which is a lot lower than we've been seeing the last 10 years. And if you took just the last 3 months, you would actually see prices have gone down if it was over a year, 3.9%. So nationally, we're definitely seeing that market slowing, and that sort of ties back to Maine. Maine is usually the end of the whip, and the market is cooling in Maine as well, which is, again, why those sellers really have to adjust their expectations. Your house needs to be ready for market. You need to be ready to negotiate with that buyer. You need to price correctly. I hope these things were helpful. Have an awesome week. Talk to you soon.